Hey guys, welcome back to Chamberlain Family Farms. Today we're going to be doing fencing. Now this property line fence, the goats, they've been putting their head through there, getting some from the other side, and the fence is so old and so rusted, it's starting to break, which is allowing the goats to go on the other side. So Mom and Dad, they bought a new roll of fencing, but the problem is, see all these trees? Yeah, it's right up against the fence, and we don't want to cut all the trees down. So what we're going to do is, which I've already started, I've cut this fence, I don't know, it's probably about 20 feet, and I'm going to fish it through these trees. And what we're going to do is we're just going to wire it up to these posts, and maybe wire some up to the old fence. Again, the old fence ain't very good, but whatever will help will help. So we're going to leave the existing fence. We're going to put this actually on our side. We're just going to butt it right up to the fence. So got to make it a little stronger. So this may not be the best way to do this, which I agree wholeheartedly, guys. What really needs to be done is all this fence needs to be taken up and everything, but this is a property line fence. We don't want no problems with our neighbors. I got the fence pulled, that section, and we're going to start right here at this fence post, and like I said, we'll just tie it in. We might use some fence clips later on, but right now we're just going to use the existing fence and the new fence and just kind of wire them together, wire it around the post. Probably have to go back to the house, get some horseshoe nails. Like I said in previous videos, if you're doing something the wrong way and it works, it's not the wrong way, guys. I'm only one person out here today doing this. Got all these trees and everything. We need it done quickly. We ain't got weeks or months. We got to get them cows and goats moved over here now, because the grass, they about got a paddock 4/8 down, so they need new grass. So this is a needs to be done now thing, not later. Okay, as you can see, I got the fence cut. We got it all right down this fence post here, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it around and tie it off, and then what we'll do is we'll go on the other end and we'll pull it, we'll attach it to the fence, and then we'll come through and we'll cut wire and tie it together every now and then. And this is something to keep in mind, guys. Those of you who are thinking about doing this adventure, farming, homesteading, is you never know what's going to happen from day to day. Now you can have an idea of things you want to do, you can have lists made and everything like that, but you truly do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. Animals get sick, plants die, you got droughts, you got hailstorms, you got predators. There's just so many things that you'll have to deal with from a day-to-day basis. And you know, there's times where you may go weeks and everything just goes smooth as possible, then all of a sudden things happen. So if you guys are one of them people that things have to be so-so, or you're real anal about how things have to be and you get stressed if they're not just so-so, then I'll tell you right now, this is not the life for you. Unless you got a bunch of money and you can hire people to do things, that'd be the only thing. But if you're looking to get rich on farming, the only one you're fooling is yourself, because it ain't gonna happen. Bring you down here where you can see a little better. So you can see I got these two. And like I said, all I'm doing is I'm looping it around this T-post and tying it in. And it ain't gonna go nowhere. So we might use some, like I said, some clips later on, but I don't really see the need to do it. Now, will we get a new fence? I'd say eventually we will. And we may actually hire somebody to do this one, because like I said, when it comes to property line fence, guys, you guys want peace with your neighbors. You want to get along with your neighbors as best as possible. Even if they don't really want to get along with you. You want to do everything you can in your power to make peace. Because you never know when you're going to need your neighbors, for one. And they might need you. So there's power in communities. Even if that community has neighbors that don't want to get along, you know. But I promise you, if things hit the fan, it's either get along or suffer. So now I use this all the time. Those who watch the old videos, these are fencing pliers. It's got a horn where you can pull your clip and pull the fence. It's got crampers on it. So you got a hammer, if you got horseshoe nails. It's got cutters. It's just a really handy tool. And this is made specifically for fence. If you are farming, or you're thinking about farming, especially livestock, I really suggest you get one of these. Maybe 2 pairs in case you lose one. Now you can use there's other ways of doing things, guys. I'm not saying you have to, but it just makes life a lot easier. All right, so we got all that done. Now let's go stretch. All right, so again, this is only about a 20-foot section. Here's the end of the fence we just put up, or we stretched. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut right here. And then what we'll do is, after I cut this, we'll be able to bend this, be able to pull it some, and we'll go right around this T-post. And we'll do that all the way down. And what you're gonna have is you're gonna have you a couple wire right here. And what we'll do is, whenever we cut the next one, we'll actually tie it in, not to the end one, because you see this here? See, it's already slipped off where I've been pulling it. So we're actually gonna go to the second one and tie it into there, and then we'll cut this and we'll tie this in with the new fence. So it'll be double. And then after we get this here, like I said, we'll go through here, and what we'll probably do is we'll probably cut some of this old fence here and there, and I'll take the wire and I'll loop it around this new fence. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is what we're dealing with, guys. This fence is just old and rusty. Down there at the bottom, them goats, they're able to just go right through now. And it wasn't like this whenever I came through, because I already patched up the fence before we even got the cows and the goats and stuff out here. So I think what we'll do on this one is we'll probably just do every other one. it's still got enough strength in the fence. So we'll bend this over, bend that one, bend that one, and bend that one. All right. So now this is not really long enough, because what you really want is you want it to go where it'll tie into this. But this one here I'm not too worried about, because what we'll do, like I said, we're going to bring some clips out, and I'll actually put a clip on these. I mean, this is definitely going to help some. I mean, it's definitely holding in place about where we want it, so it's going to be good enough now to go ahead and get the rest of it tied together. And we will have to just come back later. And there's even some wood posts. So like I said, I'm going to have to get some horseshoe nails, and we'll get it all fixed up. We got the fence all the way down there, put on there. Mom went ahead and she let the animals out. They're loving already. Just a grazing big time. You can see all the green on the trees and stuff. Pretty soon you won't be able to see, or from 5 feet down you'll be able to see clear through the woods. Yeah, the goats are all down there. You can see the ones right there, and you got a bunch more right here. I know it's hard to see with the camera. They got quite a bit of grass growing, got a bunch of weeds growing on the ground. And the grass, it's starting to take over in big areas, so let them get this eight down for about a week, and then I'll start putting up the fence on let's see, on paddock 2, which is close to where this tree right here is, right on the other side of this tree. And then they clear it.
We're here at our local library. We've been hearing that it finally has gotten what they call a seed library here, and a lot of the counties nowadays are offering seed libraries. They're free to the people most time. They do have a limit, so we're gonna go in and check it out.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're looking here. Gonna be quiet.
You just looking for our seeds?
Yeah, we're gonna check it out. We've heard about it, and heard it's what, 3 per person?
Yep, 3 per person.
Okay, thank you.
And if you want to, it's a free will donation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here were my 3 choices that I got. I got some eggplant, pak choy, and arugula. These are some things that I don't normally have, and thought, well, I'll try those out. And let's see what you got. Cucumbers, beets, and turnips. Those are things that we haven't been growing too much of. I've grown cucumbers before, but not too much on the others. My mom, she used to do all of those, but I haven't really.
So we're gonna give it a whirl.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go home and see about planting them. This year, I'm going to take a little bit of an easier way of watering the garden instead of using cans and just the hoses. I got this sprinkler, got enough hose that we can move it around, save us a little bit of back work, because we've got other areas that we still have to do it the other way. So hopefully this does the job.
Hey everybody, so those hostas that I did a couple of weeks ago when we separated them, and we had put several in this little container of water, well, they started sprouting their roots, so now I'm transplanting them into pots, and you can see how good they're looking from just the little buds. So there's a couple, I mean, this is what they all looked like. There's a couple duds in here, but this is what they all looked like whenever we put them in this little container of water. And now this is what they look like today. Doing pretty good.
Okay, so I have been baking like crazy today. You see these eggs up here? 3 dozen eggs. They have made all of this goodness here. So what it was is I took 3 dozen eggs and I separated them. 12 yolks, 12 whites, put them in some bags and all of that till I needed them. And with the egg whites, I was able to make 3 angel food cakes. And with the yolks, I was able to make my mom's sponge cake. Okay, so these sponge cakes, like I said, it was my mom's recipe. This is just a traditional one baked in this type of a pan, the angel food cake pan. But I did try a couple of them in these silicone ones, and we're going to try those out. And this one was done in a special convection kind of an oven, so I did a little experimenting. This sponge cake, which is still hot, I just pulled it out of the oven. I actually, instead of using white sugar, I tried using some of the maple sugar that I made. So, or maple syrup, I'm sorry. And we're going to try that out and see how good it is. I noticed that it's a little browner than the others, but hopefully it's going to work out well. So when you have so many eggs you don't know what to do with, you might bake cakes.
Scoop and poop out of the barn. You don't have to play in the poop.
True farmer right there. True farmer.
Can't let a little poop stop you.
That's enough to...
It's a good thing I can't smell well from that COVID, otherwise I'd probably be gagging.
Oh. I went to the other side. I was about to throw up.
We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.